Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a conversation with the bishop. This one is going to be real today. So I want to make sure that y'all have enough time to hop on this one. This is definitely a pop-up broadcast. It's going to be worth it. So if you are watching the replay today, hey, look, welcome to the broadcast. Say what's up. Could y'all do me a favor and make sure that y'all share this out? Because what I'm going to try to do today is really share, be pragmatic, make sure that we at least have some understanding in the game. So say what's up in the comments so that I know that you are there. What up, bro? Good to see you. I'm just gonna try to talk today. I'm not gonna try to preach. I'm gonna try to be succinct. And because Instagram only has an hour, I'm gonna try to make sure that I keep it to less than that. I'm getting ready to go live on IG now. Say what's up, y'all. Don't say something you wouldn't say. Okay, yeah, all right. What up, IG fam? It is good to see y'all. I am live on Facebook, Instagram. Yo, what's up, everybody? I am live, even on YouTube. And I want to have a quick conversation with you all today. Say what's up. Do me a favor. Make sure that you all share this broadcast out. It's going to be worth it. It will be on YouTube later today, too, so that, you can catch back up with the conversation if maybe you're at work or something like that. So good to see y'all. Say what's up. Hey, LaMonica, good to see you. Amber, good to see you. Humberto, my dude, my brother. I love you, man. What's up, IG? It's good to see you. Brian Kitchen. Hey, what's up, Lady Harvin? Good to see you as well. Yo, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a rich conversation. Y'all know I don't come live to not just, to just talk nonsense. How you doing, Yolanda? Y'all know I really like to try to be a solution, and I try to make sure that I am helping. What's up, Smalls? Good to see you, man. It was good to see you yesterday, bro. Craig Towns, what's up, fam? Good to see you, dog. Good to see you. So that I'm not wasting your time. Again, like I said, I'm on the clock. So I'm going to use IG to keep me on the clock and on schedule and on time with y'all that are watching me on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure that you put your comments in the comment section. And if there's something that I say that may kind of, look, I know that this may not necessarily be a popular conversation, but I think this is worth having. So I did take some notes. It's good to see you, Taylor. What's up? Good to see y'all coming in on IG too. Good to see you, Apostle. Good to see you. Hey, what's up, friend? Good to see you. We got to get a run in or something real soon. Good to see y'all. Yo, what's up, Randy? Good to see you. So look, I have been hearing a lot. I took some notes so that I make sure that I am on, okay? To make sure I am not missing the boat with this conversation, but it is worth being had. We're hearing a lot of conversation about support Black businesses. And I want you to realize that from the very beginning, absolutely support Black businesses. Like, make sure that our Black people, make sure that we are supporting them financially, make sure that we're supporting them emotionally, making sure that we're in their corner. So I am in no way, shape, or form here to say not to support Black businesses. Absolutely. But I am finding that we are having also a problem because I think we are supporting Black businesses, but we're not supporting Black churches. And I'm finding myself in so many conversations about the church's role and what's going on in oppression and racism and our role in society. And I am finding that the church oftentimes is missing from the table, and it is not because we don't want to be at the table. I think we really want to be at the table. I know I am positioning and doing myself to make sure that I'm at the table, to make sure that I am adding some wisdom, some clarity, so that people can actually know, like, the church isn't missing. But I think there is a misdefinition of what the church is supposed to be in the role we're supposed to play in this. And so we have a whole ecosystem that is messing up. So the reason why I'm doing this live is to insert my voice in the conversation so that they can say, look, the church said it. Somebody from the church says, good to see y'all on IG. So I did take some notes, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. All right. So I'm hearing a lot of support Black businesses, and I'm like, absolutely, yes, I am doing everything I can. You got a restaurant, you got food, you selling masks, like whatever you doing, like I'm trying to make sure that I am supporting you and behind you. But I'm also hearing, okay, support Black businesses, but I'm not also hearing the echo and the championing of supporting the Black church. Now, for somebody that may come on and say, well, there is no Black church, we all, black and white and all of that stuff. What I am saying is the expression that we understand as Blacks. All right. So this isn't about the race, right? But it's about the expression. the ideals that we have built and been a part of in society, the heritage that we as the African American church actually have participated in to make sure that our people are free from oppression. We have played a part as a church. And I know as many people want us to like kind of vanish, people don't think that it is relevant. I want y'all to realize that, look, over 2,000 years ago, people have tried to banish the church and they don't believe that the church is relevant. And I just want y'all to know it's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? As much as people feel like the church isn't needed or, the church is a problem, I just want y'all to realize it's not going anywhere. So as much as we try to abolish it and get rid of it or criticize it, I want us to realize that the church is going to continue to stand and prevail. So because of that, I want us to learn how to work together, to play well in the sandbox well, so that we realize that we all have a part and we are a part of a greater ecosystem that impacts people, that brings people and shows people their value, that preserves heritage, to ensure that people realize that when you say the Black church, we got your back, right? So any Black business owners, I want you to realize that as the Black church, we have your back. We are absolutely in your corner. We are praying for you. We're doing our best to educate you. We're doing our best to push people to support you so that you don't feel like you're out there on an island by yourself. But I feel like we all need to come up and we all need to link arms and realize that if we do this together, we're better together than we are apart. And so, people may ask me, well, what have we done? I had to go back over all the years of budget that I have spent. Just even last year, we helped 3 single mothers actually start their business. We gave them the seed money to actually start their businesses. And then we connected them with business coaches so that they can coach them through a program so that they wouldn't just start their businesses and then abort it when it got hard. Our church has been behind the scenes of so many people, helping so many people start businesses, sending seed money, going to patronize Black establishments as a group of people to make sure that our community has the support of the Black church. But what I am finding is there is a trumpeting of supporting Black churches, but there is no voice to say support Black churches. So, okay, go support Black businesses, but there is no affirmation of the African American church and its impact that we are having on our community, not only just financially, but also in the soulish. Here is the truth. Many of y'all would be absolutely crazy if it wasn't for your church. Hands down, you would be crazy. You would have no accountability. You would have no place of service. The truth of the matter is you would not be able to add value to society because your church is what is keeping you grounded. Your church has kept you grounded. It has held you down. There's been a service. There's been somebody that you came to church with. There's been maybe some help that has happened from your church that has really kept you grounded and centered on what you're called to do with your life. And because of that, many people are not really understanding the power of the Black church and how we have been in the corner of our people. And so when somebody starts to ask, well, what has the African American church done? I can say for sure from the Equation Church, it is a part of our mission to ensure that we are helping our people. All right. So I see y'all in the comments. I see y'all in the comments. Just want to make sure we're good. Make sure y'all share this out too, because I'm getting ready to say some things that is going to be absolutely like, at least is on video, right? At least it is on video so that we can't say that nobody said it. So let me address this. I know the reality and the difficulty by which people have supporting the African American church is because of what I will call church hurt or disappointment. That many people have been disappointed with the African American church because what they have been used to is a lot of asking for money, a lot of asking for building funds, a lot of pastor's anniversary, a lot of assessments, all of that stuff, without a lack of actually keeping their word pertaining to what they were going to do financially. So I want to address this from the very beginning, that yes, there have been some Black churches that have misappropriated and mismanaged their funds. They have not done what they said they were going to do. They didn't keep their word. The building fund chart has been, you know what I'm saying? I'm still holding my blessing, reading your book. Yeah, absolutely. Like, appreciate that. that they've had that building fund chart on the wall for millions of years, and that thing ain't ever moved. Like they've never fixed anything that they said they were going to fix on the building. But it seems as if the preacher is getting fatter and the car is getting bigger and the houses are getting bigger, and we're calling it blessings. But the reality is we're seeing the neglect of the physical location in the physical building. We're also seeing that when people actually need help, there's all of these runarounds and all of these things that are typically happening where people are not able to get the help because we're sending them through all of these different chains to actually get the help. If I'm helping you, just make sure that you type it in the comments. Want to make sure we're good. I'm live on IG, live here on Facebook and Instagram. So I know that many people are like, fam, like, dog, I need some help, but I've never been able to get any support or financial help in the church. I'm going to address that in a little bit. But I know that many people also have had a problem with the morality of the African American church. Now, listen, understand this. I think we all now know that none of us are perfect. I think that oftentimes many leaders have put themselves on a pedestal of perfection. So when they did mismanage funds or when they did something inappropriate, oftentimes people lost faith and trust and respect in leadership. So I want to say, I acknowledge why I find some difficulty with people supporting the African American church. But I just think there are some perspectives that is causing us to limit ourselves and to come into partnership with African American businesses and the African American church. So yes, we've had some moral issues. I'll call it the moral issue. But I just want to encourage you all to realize this. Number one, no leader, no church, any system is perfect. Because anywhere there is people, you will always have imperfection. All right. So we already understand that. But the reality is we should all be working toward integrity, integration, ensuring that what we say publicly is what we do privately. What we ask people for financially is what we do with the money. And so I'm saying from my generation of preachers, I think we all aware, like we're done trying to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm done trying to be perfect for people that don't even live the best life that they can live anyway. But I'm just saying from a reality and a standpoint, we are all working. I can say for a lot of the brothers and the sisters that I know that are in the faith, they are working very hard to ensure that they are integral, that what they say publicly about and what they ask for financially with the money is what they actually are doing. And we typically don't have any problems with you if you say you want to see the books. Like, I mean, big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine with us to be able to see it. So I do understand that we do have moral problems in which we have lacked trust. All right. So number two, I think that one of the things that many people are neglecting to see is that people have dignity. Now, hear me out real good. There have been people that I have helped that have never said that I've helped them. There have been people that I have given seed money to. There have been people I have paid bills for. There have been businesses that I strategically went over and made sure that we bought all of our t-shirts from them. We bought all of our flyers from them. We made sure that we went to that graphic designer because they were black. We made sure that like somebody's out there legit doing our parking lot right now. We made sure that we found a black contractor. I'm having some work done on our building, and I went and got some black contractors to make sure that I was giving them the money to do what they needed to do, but they flaked on me. We're going to talk about black customer service toward the end because I don't want y'all to be mad. But the reality is they flaked on me, wouldn't show up on time, wouldn't finish the work. I've had to chase them down, all kind of stuff. And we wonder why we go outside of our black people, because oftentimes because of the familiarity and the lack of respect, oftentimes we take our time to do the things that we should be doing for our own people, but we neglect us. We don't invest in each other. We don't keep our word. We don't start on time. We take the money and we run. We disappear, all of that stuff. So I'm saying there is a narrative that also has to be addressed amongst us as black people and how we handle each other. I'm preaching better than y'all talking back to me today. I see y'all on IG. What's up, y'all? Good to see y'all. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Facebook. Don't get quiet on me now. I'm going to get there in a little bit, because I think that that's also a problem. But people have dignity, right? So I don't personally want to help people. Hear me. I don't personally want to help people and then have to shove a camera in their face for them to tell the world how we've helped them. Right. So I don't necessarily want to say, look, we helped you. Can you get on camera? Can you stand up in front of the church and testify that we gave you this money or that we supported your business. We give these people the dignity. But here is the problem that I'm finding. When you seem to help people, they seem to go ghost. They go super silent. They go super silent when you help them, when you financially been there for them, when you've been their backing, when you paid their bills. They go silent and financially silent. I'm gonna get there in a little bit. Ooh, I feel it. I'm warming up. Right? They get silent, right? They never say, look, my church or this church helped me. Typically because people have dignity and they want to keep that sense of dignity and they don't want anybody to know or to think that they're struggling. Oftentimes they never tell the real truth. They never tell the story. We always hear about the gossip, but we don't always hear about the help. All right? We always hear about the gossip. We can hear the gossip quick. If something was to go down, you hear that quick, but you don't always hear about the help that most African-American churches are giving to our community and the support. It's hot in here today. Look at that. They say it's hot over here in Instagram land. We don't always hear about the help that our churches give to our community, but we do hear the gossip real quick. And so I think that is important to realize that people do have dignity. And this is what I want to say. Look, if a church has helped you, nobody is trying to shove a camera in your face. Nobody's trying to tell you to go live. Nobody's trying to tell you to post a status. All I'm saying to you is if a church has helped you, why don't you help that church by telling your story? By helping deal with the narrative, saying something publicly so that people can see the celebration that and the affirmation that needs to be put back on the African-American church. Because I think we are helping more people than we are hurting people. I did talk about the lack of morality from the very beginning. So nobody can come on here and say that I'm just saying, oh, it's all good, but, not addressing the problem over here. But what I'm saying is if a church has helped you, funded your business, if a church has paid a bill, if they've done something, simply just tell the story, affirm that the church is helping. Because many people are withholding their support to most of the African-American churches because they don't believe that the church is helping anybody. See, most people don't believe that the African-American church is helping anybody, so people are silent. We need the people that have been helped and supported by the African-American church to start speaking up and start sharing. Look, thank you to my pastor. Thank you for my church. Thank you for the people that are in the pews that have come and galvanized around me and helped me. Y'all quiet over here in Facebook land. What up, IG? Y'all showing me love today. It's good to see y'all. They quiet over here on Facebook. They don't want to talk to me on Facebook over here. But I think it's important for us to realize that. So people do have dignity. So I'm not trying to say I'm trying to shove a camera in your face, but I'm just saying, look, if a church has helped you, if an African-American church has helped you, it's time for you to testify. Hear me. It is time for you to testify. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. Quit trying to get up and tell people he paid your bills. No, fam, I paid your bills. Telephone disconnect. No, I kept your telephone from being disconnected. Get up here talking about some God did it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No, fam, get up there and tell that story. How we've helped you and been there for you and supported you. And you know what I'm saying? Instead of getting up there and trying to thank God. Okay, God through his church helped you. All right. What's up? Good to see you over here. So there are a couple of things. So again, the dignity of people, I know that people are disappointed. So I want to make sure that is listed. Can you put these in here for me? I'm kind of going down the list. And like I told y'all, this is never exhaustive. I'm just making sure that the points are out here for you to continue to think on and to talk about. So number one, of course, we talked about the disappointment that people have with the African-American church. Number two, we talked about the dignity that many people have, the pride that they want to keep. They don't want anybody to know that somebody's been in their corner actually helping them. And my thing is, it's time for you to testify. Number three, I think there has been a misinterpretation of scripture. Because many times, many people have been trying to, what's the best way to say this? I have been a part of so many conversations. Last week, I was a part of a conversation. Sorry, you guys. I was a part of a conversation talking about racism and injustice and the part that the church is supposed to play with community and civic organizations, right? And one of the things that I was trying to get them to understand is that there is a perception and a definition that the world has or institutions have of what the church is supposed to do, that I don't think that they're getting the best that the church has to offer, because many people already have a perception what I'm supposed to do. Hear me good. You might not agree with this, but hear me. Just hear me out. Number one, the church is not a humanitarian organization. First, the church is not a humanitarian organization first. All right. So for somebody to come and say, look, Matthew chapter number 25, the people that need clothing, people that need water, people that need food, people that need a place to stay, understand that the Bible does command us as believers, hear me good, as believers to make sure that we give people quality of life as believers, not just the institution. Not just knocking on the doors of Equation Church and saying, bringing somebody that needs clothes to me. What the Bible is actually saying is when you see somebody that needs clothes, you are supposed to make sure that they have access to clothes. All right? Hear me good, because this is where the responsibility needs to shift. That many people are saying when somebody's thirsty, then they go, well, what is the church doing? And the question is, what is the church doing? But many of you all are thinking that when they say, what is the church doing? It's the institution. It's the pastor. When the reality of the matter is this is a partnership. Hear me. This is a partnership between you and your local church, so that when you see somebody that is actually struggling, then do you do your part to make sure that they're clothed, that they're fed, that they have a roof over their head. So instead of just bringing them to me and asking me to dig into the churches, which y'all think an endless resource, an endless bank of money, and saying, well, Bishop, what do you need to do? The church would be completely bankrupt. Because I am still trying to make sure that I am managing the facility. See, look, my followers went down over here on Facebook. They don't want to hear this talk. You see what I'm saying? Because many people don't want to take responsibility. They want me to do it. They want the pastor to do it. They want to bring the people to me, bring the people to the building and say, what is the church doing? When the reality is, it is what are you as the church doing to help people? Give me some hearts. Give me some love. Don't leave me. They mad, big mad. This is why I wanted to make sure that this was out here, because I think that many people are asking the wrong question. What is the church doing? Yes, what are you doing? When you see somebody that is in need, did you help them? And I want to also help you with Matthew chapter number 25. It did not say, hear me good, it did not say that when somebody was hungry, give them money. It did not say when somebody needs clothes, give them money. It did not say that. It said if somebody needs clothes, give them clothes. If somebody is hungry, give them food. So many people are trying to bring them to me because they think I have an endless bank of resources and I'm supposed to just be shoving out money like I'm the bank. That is not the reality of the institution of the church. It is the responsibility of the people. Come on, share this out, because y'all know people need to hear this. Y'all know people need to hear this. This is the truth of the matter. So if you don't even support your local institution, if you're not giving financially, then what do you think? You think the money coming out of heaven somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Like the money don't come out of heaven. It comes out of your pockets, dear people. All right. So I've been trying to get them to realize that the church, hear me, is in the soul business. The church is in the soul business. So many people are trying to make the church humanitarian, right? But the reality is the church is in the soul business. If you don't get your mentality changed and reformed by the church, you will continue to conform to this world's pattern and system of thinking. And the problem is not many people are listening to us, but many people want a handout from us. Oh, Jesus. So, so you're not listening to me, but you want a handout from me. When I have a responsibility for your soul, God gives you pastors after your own heart that will feed you with knowledge and understanding. So I'm supposed to help transform your mentality to get you to a space of repentance, prefix penance the way you think, getting you to change the way you think, so that you can prove that which is good, the acceptable, and the perfect will of God. Oh. It's good to see you, Pastor Roby. They quiet over here on Facebook, dog. They quiet over here. So there's been a gross misinterpretation of scripture because many people are saying, hey, I want the church to do this and the church to do that, when the reality is you are the church. So you should participate in helping people. And that's what I'm talking about as far as the gross interpretation of scripture. I know I'm moving fast, but I'm trying to make sure that this is on record, that it is on video, so that y'all can't say the church ain't there, the church ain't helping, all of that stuff. So that y'all can actually see where the church is being salt and light in the world. Okay, now this is where it's getting ready to get real. So I might offend everybody. Please realize, charge this to my head and not my heart. But this has to be said. Okay, did you share it? All right, did you share it? Put it in a group, share with your pastors, do what you need to do, share with your members, because this right here is getting ready to be tough meat. But please understand that I'm saying it from a place of love. All right. So number one, we talked about morality, understanding that the black church has had a moral problem. And because of that morality, many people distrust leadership and distrust financial responsibility or giving to their church. Number two, many people have dignity, or they're not sharing their story as to the church is actually helping them and being a part of their communal life, not even just their spiritual life, but even just helping them by paying bills and whatever. Number three, the gross misinterpretation of scripture and how many people have taken the scripture out of context and responsibility to what the institutional church is supposed to be to the world. And so number four, here it is. It is dealing with oppressed people. All right. Let me take a sip on this one. Y'all get some people in this room on this one. The hardest problem I have ever had pastoring is pastoring oppressed people. The hardest problem I have had is not the devil, not Satan. Ask Moses. Moses had a problem with stiff-necked, hard-headed people. What do you mean? They were in the wilderness. God provided for them clothes, shoes, food, health care. They were led by clouds and fire. So clouds during the day, fire at night. And literally manna came out of heaven every single day. So they were provided for, right? Their basic necessities were provided for. But the problem was they still complained because they wanted, when he was trying to take them into the promised land, the responsibility of having to take care of yourself in the promised land is not what many people want, because many people like the provision of the wilderness, but not the responsibility of the promised land. Hear me again. Many people love the provision of the wilderness, but not the responsibility of the promised land. This is the problem with dealing with people that are mentally oppressed. That what racism and oppression has done to our people is oftentimes these people are still prepared. These people are still, they are professionals. These people got clothes. They got cars. They have businesses. They have all kind of stuff. Don't go down. Stay with me. I told y'all this is just going to be tough, but y'all got to stay with me. You have everything that you need. You have every single thing that you need. But because you like the ease that comes with oppression, you don't want to take the responsibility that comes with freedom. This has been my biggest problem. My biggest problem is I am using my life to speak to a system of oppression and saying to the system, let my people go. Let these people go. They need access to health care. They need the quality of life that God designed for them to have. I'm spending my life in meetings, conversations, building relationships, financially and fiscally being responsible with their money to ensure that it is leading them to a spiritual promised land and a natural promised land. But what many people don't like is the responsibility that comes with freedom, because it's so easy in the wilderness. You would rather be controlled. This has been the problem with racism and oppression. You would rather be controlled. You would rather be beat. You would rather be spoken to in fear. You would rather me threaten you with hell before you just do what you know it is right to do. Oh, Lord, come on. Y'all should be giving me some hearts and some love right now because you know it's true. You would rather me be the oppressor and I would be celebrated because I'm your oppressor and I'm your slave driver than it is to actually allow you to walk into the freedom that Jesus died for you to have. And so you become a headache to what I'm trying to do because you need a problem to feel relevant. Oh, Jesus. Oh, so you make a problem. You make an issue. You fall out with somebody in the church. You get mad at me. You do all kinds of stuff to make a problem and an issue so that you won't take personal responsibility for your own spiritual freedom. And when you don't take responsibility for your own spiritual freedom, you will continue to live under a system and a mentality of oppression that will keep you out of the quality of life that Jesus died for you to have. And so let me tell y'all the problem of oppression. All right, here is the problem of oppression. Oppression has babies, and the babies of oppression, my dear friends, is entitlement. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Don't y'all sleep on me. Okay, I want y'all to understand this. Now, I've been a voice crying in the wilderness, trying to get people to realize, look, oppression, hear me, oppression has babies, and the babies of oppression is entitlement. Entitlement makes you think you deserve something because of the provision that you had in the wilderness. Oh, Lord. Okay. Because of the provision. I'm sorry, my phone keeps ringing over here. Because of the provision that you have had in the wilderness, you think that you are entitled to particular things without taking the responsibility that it takes to actually manage what you say that you want. Any of us that are free understand that me as a black man living in this world requires me to have to walk in a level of responsibility. Y'all better hear me good. It requires me to have to take responsibility for my actions, to take responsibility for how I manage my money, responsibility for how I manage my relationships. I have to take responsibility. Everybody isn't going to treat me right. Everybody isn't going to give. Everybody isn't going to support. And so the reality of what I'm finding is oftentimes, many people like the ease of the wilderness, not the responsibility, hear me, of the promised land. And so when oppression has babies, the babies are called entitlement. And when entitlement has babies, it lacks generosity. You want to know why most black churches ain't got no money? Because of the entitlement that comes along with people that believe that their money is theirs and not the kingdom's. They believe their money is theirs, so they decide when to give, what to withhold. And this is not even a conversation about tithing and offering. This is a conversation about generosity. If you are eating from a table, if you are being blessed from a table, if you're being preached out of sin and preached into your identity and preached into your destiny, there is no way in the world you should think that that money is coming out of heaven. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for this talk, man, because many people like the ease of oppression, but not the responsibility of the promised land. To do what we have to do, it takes money to do it, and the money don't come out of heaven's bank account. Jesus. All right, so I've been trying to get people to really understand that if you are new and you just came on, you got to go back and watch the beginning of the video because you won't have the context. All right. So make sure that you go back to the very beginning so that you can get the entire context. But I'm telling you, what I am dealing with is pastoring in a world of oppression, that now you might be free. Now you can drive what you want to drive and live where you want to live, but you still have some oppressive ways of thinking, and you will treat a white man and a white pastor and a white system better than you would a black one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you'll absolutely say, hey, let's support black businesses, but you won't support black churches because you equate me with oppression, but not the oppressor with the oppression. So you'll go work a white job and go pay and go get a loan on a car from a white loan company. and pay 2-3 times the amount, 10-20 times the amount that is due on that car or that house you driving, but then got a problem with me and I'm trying to help you. All right, so I told y'all that was going to be a tough point, but I need people to understand that there is ease in oppression, but understand the reality is you have to take responsibility in the promised land. All right. So I just want that to make sure that we're in there. 2 more points, and then I'm going to give you your day back. All right. Make sure that y'all sharing this out, because I told y'all, look, this is a real truth and a real conversation that needs to be said. It is not popular. This is not popular. I did not go on here for this to go viral. I went on here to make sure that the truth was spoken in the airways and the truth was spoken to power, because I think many of us have a problem with the fact that God has given us gifts. Ephesians chapter 4, I've given you apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. And you are abusing the gifts that God has given to you while going to work for a white system that don't care nothing about you. Don't care nothing about your soul, don't care nothing about your family, don't care nothing about anything that has to do with you. But then you come and take out on me what an oppressive system has tried to beat you under while I'm trying to get you out. And we wonder why Moses hit the rock. Y'all ain't ready. We wonder why. See, we judging Moses and talking about Moses and the fact that he missed his promised land because he was supposed to, speak to the rock instead of hit the rock. Do you know where he was leading? Moses starts saying, look, God, these your people, dog. Like, you need to get your people, because instead of hitting the rock, here's the problem with oppression. The problem with oppression is a white man would have hit you. Moses hit a rock. Yo! So he still was trying to show some compassion. Instead of smacking the people, he hit a rock. So this is what y'all really need to understand and really give that man his respect for. He may have missed the promised land, but it didn't say he missed heaven. All right. Okay, so those are a few things. All right, a couple more things, and I'm gonna be out your way. 2 more things. Number 5 is that of jealousy. Jealousy. Let me tell you what I have found with dealing with oppressed people. When somebody is getting up and ascending, when somebody is maturing, yes, let that man hit the rock instead of hitting you. Because a white man that hit you, Moses hit the rock. All right? Oh, Jesus. Jealousy. When somebody starts to ascend, this is the problem with oppression. When somebody starts to ascend, when somebody starts to come into their identity, when somebody begins to understand who they are, the first people that try to devour them are oppressed people. The first people that try to devour them are oppressed people. Oh, you think you better than somebody. Oh, you think that, you can't talk to nobody no more. Oh, you had to leave. All of that stuff, when the reality is many times we don't respect the people that God is ascending in front of us. We make them our enemies. We begin to fight them, criticize them, scandalize them, talk about them, all of that stuff to bring them down, quote unquote, to size, because we won't size up and take responsibility for our lives. So we will denigrate these people and rip them to shreds because we won't do the hard work that they're doing to have what they have. All right. So jealousy is something that is an outgrowth of this oppressive spirit. When many people are trying to do the hard work, oftentimes what we do is we will hate on the people that's doing the hard work. But then the way that we actually show jealousy is we'll be in their face. We'll act like we're supporting them. We'll like them and do whatever. Then we will ghost these people when they really, truly need us. But we'll go over there and support. We'll go over there and share. We'll go over there and listen to so-and-so and so-and-so. We'll take pictures and not take pictures of what we're doing at our own church. Y'all don't want to talk. Y'all don't want to talk. We'll do all of that stuff, right? We'll show that we are supporting everybody else, but not supporting the tables and the people that are truly helping us, right? So you hating on the people that you should be learning from. All right. So that jealousy, I think, has been a problem with this oppression that we have truly been dealing with. For you guys that are new, that are coming on Instagram, you guys that are coming on Facebook, listen, you got to go all the way back to the beginning of this video because I wanted to make sure that I laid a foundation. I laid a strong foundation for why I believe we should support African-American businesses, but why we should also support the African-American church. Don't just leave it off the table. We are part of the ecosystem too. We're not here just wasting our time, just trying to get you prepared for heaven. All right. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to make a difference in the earth too, and we need the support too. All right. So jealousy, man, is something that we got to deal with. Number 6, I believe, and this is it. One of the things that I have that I'm going to give you some credit for. So I layered the conversation because I know at the beginning, many people struggle with the morality of the African-American church, and that's why they're not financially giving. I think everybody has an awareness that nobody's perfect, right? But I think we're all disappointed when somebody shows you their imperfection because we had higher expectations of them than we did of ourselves. Can I tell you how to no longer be disappointed when somebody you admire falls, loves, shows their humanity? The reality is you have to have higher expectations of yourself than you do of them because these are just people. These are people that God is using. All right. So you can't have a higher expectation of them than you do of yourself. The way to keep yourself from being heartbroken or to get into a lack of trust is to understand that these are just people, and every single one of us got skeletons in our closet. So don't act like you don't got it. You got it. All right. So I think that one of the issues that the reason why I'm trying to challenge this narrative is because you will go to African-American churches. You will go to African-American businesses, and you have been pushed to support them. Now, let me help you understand something. I said from the beginning, I support African-American businesses. But I get to say this because I am an African-American and I pastor some of y'all. Some of y'all got some of the worst customer service on the freaking planet, dog. Like, I will come in there and I got to wait 45 minutes. Nobody greets me. The table ain't clean. The food ain't cooked. All of that stuff. You rude and mean and ain't on time. So I get to say this because I'm a black and you want my money. So just like you can say to me what the church needs to be doing and how the church needs to be better, how the church needs to help the community, if we in this as a team, I get to push back too and say, dog, your customer service sucks, though. I come in there, you want my money. I'm on time, but you late. One day you good, one day you're not. Like, come on, fam. Like, so I think there also has to be a challenge with us on how we're handling each other. Because the truth is, a white person will come in there and you'll give them the best service, but then I come in there because I'm a black man and you treat me like I'm trash. And Jesus, help the bishop. But if I walk in there with a clergy collar on, then you're gonna try to act like you got your stuff together. When you should just treat me like that because I'm worth that dignity and that respect. Just the same way you want me to treat you when you walk through the doors of an African-American church. You don't want me to be asking for a whole bunch of offerings. You want your kids to have snacks. You want coffee. You want the service to be powerful and short at the same time. You want me to be prophetic, lay hands. Then you want me to show up at your business, lay hands on your family. You want me to do all kind of stuff. But then I can't ask you to just treat our people with dignity when I come into your service. I come into your establishment. Come on, fam. You got to stop that. You want me to support every new business you decide to do, every new marketing level, multi-marketing level kind of thing you want to do. You want me to get involved with all of that stuff. Then you want me to make announcements. Lord, y'all better pray for me. You want me to make announcements over the pulpit, give you mic time so that you can invite everybody to be a part of your business. But then you won't celebrate and tell the fact that we are helping you, that you even go to our church. You won't even tell them that. But you want me to be your champion. Get out of here. That is the problem with oppression. And I'm telling you, that's part of the problem that we're having to deal with. So I'm saying, look, yes, Support African-American businesses. I support African-American business. I still, as much as y'all get on my doggone nerves, as much as I'm sitting there waiting, as much as I'm sitting there with my stuff ain't done right, as much as I have to beat you down to get a hold of you so that you can finish the job that you started, as much as I have to do all of that stuff just to get you to do what you committed to, then you put all this pressure on me and expect for me as the institution of the church to be this perfect thing. The church is not heaven. The church is full of broken people. So you're expecting for the church to be heaven when the reality is the church is full of messed up, jacked up, broken people from the pulpit to the door. So I'm sorry for the people that have bamboozled you, for the pastors that have bamboozled you, for the leaders that have bamboozled you to make you think that they were perfect and they, after they get done with church, they zoom up to heaven and they only come back down when it's time for church service. I'm sorry that these people have used mystics and games and money lines and all of that stuff to make you think that they are hearing from God, when you got normal people over here that understand the reality and the power of our jobs, that are trying to do the best thing we can do for our people. But you go give your money to white churches, white businesses, and then won't support the work that we're doing down here. You got to be challenged. And so I'm trying to say this to you from a place of absolute love for you, absolute support for you. We got to not only just support black business, but support black churches. Quit giving me $1 while you're giving the payday loan people $900 to get your title back. Lord have mercy. So but you come over here and give me $1. I am tired of this. So yes, support black businesses, but also support your black church. Quit leaving us out here saying the money coming from. Don't pray for God to send us nothing, dog. You get money. Ask the Lord to help us. I'm literally holding on to my desk because that's how passionate I am about this. And I really just want us to really get this thing right, y'all. Let's not be beat up by oppression, right? And then come beat up the people that are trying to help us get out of oppression. All right? Okay. All right. I'm done. So for you guys that just came on, you got to go on YouTube. You got to go on Facebook so that you can hear the entire context of the video. I tried to make sure that I hit the big pieces. All right. Share this out. Share this with, some other pastors. Share this with some other people that's in your church that, they need to support what God has given them, the gifts that God has given to them. All right. Much love. Until the next time, dear friends, let's change the world.